please share.
Good evening, everyone. This is Warren Washington. I just want to confirm that in order to invest in the company, we just sent a message, text message to the phone number that sent us the link and said that we're ready.
Yeah, you can do that. And then typically my assistant Billy will get on the phone with you. I know she has sent out a few messages this week and has been talking to people. So you might have gotten one of those messages. I know she also has some power outages, so I don't know if she got a chance to get in touch with everyone. But yeah, you can definitely send a message to that number, and she will give you a call and arrange everything.
Okay, because like the previous guy said, I was scheduled, but no one came on the call, so I'll try again.
Okay, and I'll send her a note now as well, just to reach out.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where's Gloria?
She right here.
Hey, Gloria. Hey.
Y'all put me dozing off. My goodness.
Yeah, she about to knock out, huh?
Hey, Cheryl. Good to see your face.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for the update.
Of course.
I look forward to seeing some of y'all in October.
Oh, you going back in October?
Yeah.
That's news to me, Gloria. News to me.
I call you, Miss Baraka.
Yeah, we're gonna be out there in October. Gonna be a lot of stuff happening, so it'll be cool trip. Anyone else? Any feedback, questions, comments, concerns?
Gia.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So before I invest, same question someone asked earlier. So before I invest, I have to talk to Billy, or just go ahead with the information I have?
Yeah, you can just use the information you have if you have everything needed. That's just, you can talk to Billy if you need to, if you have any questions or want to confirm anything. But I think we did send you everything you needed, so
okay,
you should be good to go. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. And then I have another special announcement, y'all, but I don't know if I'm gonna share it now. I'll probably share it another time. Dave, I'm gonna share it later.
Yes, I agree. That's the day.
Let's vote on that.
Yeah, I'll tell y'all soon. I'm gonna share it with y'all soon.
I'm calling you after the meeting.
Mama Barack want to know now. But okay. Anybody else? Any feedback? Questions, comments, concerns?
Hi, good evening, everyone. I have a question.
Hey, Emily.
Hi. I wanted to know, because my son, I really want him to get to know trading. Will the recording be saved for the trading portion? Because he's about to go to bed. So
yeah. I'll record. I forgot to hit record now, so I'll definitely hit record for the trading session. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Dave said I should tell y'all now, so I'll wait. I'll wait and tell y'all another time. But anybody else? Questions?
Dave, you still at the hospital?
Yep, here.
Yes, sir. I'm here. We got one more night to spend in the hospital. Then tomorrow we let us check out.
Yeah, I was just about to ask that question. That was my next question. Where they let you take that bundle home?
Tomorrow they want my lady had high blood pressure, so they don't want her to leave until they look it over for at least one day. Right. I was driving. I was driving her crazy, so I raised her pressure. But I gotta drop my mother home now. She's been here with us all day, and yesterday my mother was there to catch the baby yesterday, almost. So gotta bring her home now too, and then get back here so we can take some turns watching my little bundle of joy. I'm like full of joy, guys. I'm just happy to be here with y'all. I'm happy that we all got so many blessings coming our way. I promise y'all, man. It's so much more. It's just so much more. So I want Gia to just take her time with the releasing of information, because I don't think anybody can handle it all.
Like, too much. I just seem unreal.
It's just unreal, yeah. And then it's like, wait, what's going on? Yeah. We don't need that. But love y'all all, man. I gotta get out of here while we still got some time to grab some food. I haven't eaten either, so I wanna just come back as quickly to see my little bundle of joy, man.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll start trading for the night. And then catch y'all soon, update y'all soon. I think I'm probably leaving here at the beginning of May. So in the meantime, be here working. And we'll have another meeting before I leave. Just updating you guys some more, because a lot of this stuff I'm in the process of ordering. So yeah. But thank you, everybody that wants to stay for trading. Hey Phyllis, thank you. You're welcome to stay. If not, you're welcome to go. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hey Z, where you at? Let's trade.
Well, I'm right here.
Okay, let me let you share your screen.
Well, let me go ahead and do so. Ladies and gents, okay. Let's just go ahead, and I'm gonna do a really quick. Let me just share my desktop. That's what I'll be doing. Can everyone see and hear me? You could just throw in a couple of Y letters in the chat if you can see and hear. But I'm going to be going quick. So we're going to be doing session times, guys, and the timing elements. The times that I'm going to be giving you, please take them to the grave with you. All right? So this is not simple, especially for the many of you who live in the US. Some of the examples I will be using are going to be a little bit ridiculous. Okay, so the fuel stations here in South Africa in particular, in the mornings, let's say you go to the fuel station at 6 a.m., exactly 6 a.m., what you will realize is that no one is going to attend to you. You won't find a petrol attendant that will come and fuel up your vehicle. And for most people, it's really frustrating because they don't understand what is happening at this time. At 6 a.m. at a petrol station, there is a shift change over. So these guys work 8-hour shifts, né? So sometimes even 12-hour shifts. So at 6 a.m. or 6 p.m., you'll find that these people are changing shifts. So when you get there and you park your vehicle near
in progress.
And you park your vehicle near the Bowser, you'll find that there'll be no one who's going to attend to you. All right, so it's really frustrating. You're like, okay, why have I been parked here for 30 minutes? No one is attending to me, and you get all frustrated. It's because it's a shift change over. In trading, during this period, a shift change over. Market makers are discussing their objectives. Namely, we are going to be studying 3 sessions. This is an entire contrast to what the entire retail world is looking at. So I just went online and I typed in on Google session times in trading. And you'll see that they'll give you Sydney, Tokyo, London, New York. Right? These times are crap. These times are crap. That's all I'm going to tell you. So the times I'm going to be giving you, take them to the grave with you. Right? If you haven't given me your email yet, please do so. Send it to Gia. Send it in Winner Circle group chat. I don't know if you guys are in there. I posted the link in the Discord a while ago. If you can't see the link, I can happily send it in the Discord one more time. Right. So in particular, let me just give you a random idea of what sessions are. So this was yesterday, the previous trading day. So you have the Asian session, the London session, and then the US session. Okay, we can't necessarily divide these up into 8-hour sessions that are equal, although the day is a 24-hour day, right? So each day has 3 sessions. The beginning of the day can be defined as 5 o'clock New York. That's why the markets open Sunday, 5 o'clock New York. And the end of the trading day can be defined as 5 o'clock New York. It's a 24-hour cycle. All right, let me close the chat. I wanted to see what people were saying in the chat. All right, I don't know. It hasn't gone away on my screen. Let me grab a cursor. There it is. All right, the beginning of the day is 5 o'clock New York. The end of the trading day is 5 o'clock New York. So from 5 till 8 p.m. New York, we have what is called Dharma. I've heard it called Dharma. I've heard it called the Frankfurt Power Hour. It's crap. What this is all exchanges are closed at this time. The Asian session starts at 8:30 New York. So between 8 and 8:30 is what I initially described as shift changeover. All right, let me just do that. Shift changeover. All right, so it's simply called gap time in my world. This is when the US session market maker from the previous day discusses their objectives with the Asian market maker. All right, so from 8 to 8:30 it is gap time. It's a 30-minute period called gap time. At 8:30, this is the Asian session open. All times are New York times, NYC times. Okay, this is one specific time of day. 8:30 p.m. is Asian session open. The Asian session will go till the 3 a.m. mark. This is the end of Asia, the end of the Asian session. From 3 to 3:30. Right, now it's going to start making sense. From 3 a.m. to 3:30 a.m. it's gap time. Hold up, let me do this for you. So all in here, it's session time from 8 to 3 in the morning. It's session time. At 3, that's the end of Asia. From 3 to 3:30, there is a 30-minute gap time where the market maker from the Asian session discusses his objectives or her objectives with the market maker that is coming in for the London session. The London session opens at 3:30. Let me go ahead and quickly just scramble through what's happening in the conversation. The conversation is, dude, great to see you. Okay, but before I do this, the guy for the London session rolls up to work in his Bentley convertible, and he walks up to the guy who's going to be leaving in his Rolls Royce, and he's like, dude, I'm here. What have you achieved? And the guy says, in my session, we had a target to reach 400 million US dollars. However, we didn't have market participants, so we held the price in consolidation. By holding the price in consolidation, we've accumulated somewhat 200 million from our desired 400 million targets. The traders are convinced that price is going to be a trend continuation. So just before you fulfill your objectives, convince the traders that the trend is continuing. Trap them and see what you have. The London guy is going to go on and say, all right, let me hit it. So at the beginning of the London, or at the end of the Asia, you'll see price go into a false move. This false move perpetuates the idea that price is going to be going in a trend continuation behavior. Therefore, the entire retail world follows the wrong session time, so they get there early or they get there too late because they're looking at 4 different sessions in a day. Trust me, guys, market makers only work 4-hour shifts, 4 to 6 hours in a shift. That's what they do. All right. So when you are struggling and you're tired and exhausted and you don't know what to do next, just keep it in mind that you are up against a group of guys and not just one guy. Market makers are strategically placed around the world such that the shifts that they take keep the markets running 24/7, 365. In the example of the foreign exchange market, it's only 24 hours a day for 5 days a week. Same with the indices. I know for assets like BTC versus the US dollar, BTC USD, you'll find that they are 24/7 assets. Right? So that's the stuff that's happening to drive these things. The timing elements that I am giving to you, dare I say it, is the keys, or these are the keys to the city. Right? Take them to the grave with you. From 3:30 in the morning to 9 a.m. That's the London session. The London session ends at 9 a.m. Okay, let me just say end of London. Oh, damn. End of London. All right. From 9 to 9:30, the mentality repeats. Actually, 9 to 9:30, gap time. The business is not random, guys. So during this period, what's happening? Let me just. Can everyone see that? Hope so. All right. So from 9 till 9:30, it's gap time again. Since it's the US session coming into play, the London market maker is now discussing with the US session guy, and he says, in the morning, our target was to reach 400 million. I kind of went over the number, and I am now sitting at 700 million. So in your session, do you mind correcting price such that we are within our limits by the IMF and the World Bank? Yes, it's because these guys have certain equity limits that have been placed by big institutions, and they've also been placed as regulations of the markets as a whole. Great stuff, guys. Right? So these regulations are with regards to pips and how many pips brokers can move over one day, over a period of one day. All right? So that's why we have a tool named the average daily range. So I know that some forex pairs can move an average of about 150 pips in one day. So you get like a 25 pip stop hands, you get a 75 pip move, and then you get a 50 pip retracements. That's 125 pips. Some have 150 pip a day limits. Some have 100 pip a day limit. So they need to remain within that criteria. If they go over by 25 pips, the market makers are most likely to retrace price back 50 to 75 pips. That's why we have a trade named the New York session reversal. All right, and they're always dealing with liquidity. There's always some form of liquidity that they're dealing with at the session changeover. They're either near a high of day price points or near or at a low of the day price points. This is why you are looking to place trades at the times that I am giving you right now. ICT calls these times kill zones. So this would be the London kill zone, and this would be the New York kill zone. According to ICT, it would last for like 2 hours, so to like about 5:30. So you need to look for positions between 3:30 and 5:30 in the morning. I'm saying look for positions during this time. If you don't find positions or a setup during this time, don't place trades. Just sit aside, sit on top of your hands. Go to bed, it's early in the morning. All right? Come back around about 9 a.m. In fact, come back at 8:30 a.m. so you can sit down, settle down, go over to your Forex factory and do what I'll be describing later on with the Forex factory. But for now, let me just continue. So the New York session is usually going to die out around about 1 o'clock New York, known in the marketplace as lunch hour New York. Yes, I know that price is algorithm driven now. So the thing that you need to understand is that the algorithm is still going to simulate that lunch hour behavior. Right? So this timing limits is not necessarily important for what I am saying in this lesson, but you just need to understand that this is the time where you'll see the spreads opening up, you'll see things dying out and slowing down, and most probably you're going to recognize price moving back into consolidation. The time we're looking for is 5 o'clock New York. And we know that this is our defined end of trading day. Any questions? All right, let me go ahead. So let me take you to the Forex factory. Okay, I don't know what's happening in here. Let me just click OK and then Forex factory. All right, so I know the times are still on the screen. For instance, okay, these are on South African times. So when it's 10:30 a.m., you're gonna recognize that in New York it will be like 3:30 a.m. All right. So this is gonna be the open of the London session for me today. Yeah. I don't care what news it is. I don't care if it's an HPI year on year. I absolutely give half a weasel if it would be that, or even if it were FOMC member speeches or something like that. I don't give half a rat's, all right?
Let me interject real quick, just so people know what this site is. Like Forex Factory, this is where you come and check to see if news is happening that day. So like if you're trading a USD pair and you see a red folder, that means news is happening. We typically pay attention to red folders.
Yes.
So if you're trading a particular pair, you want to look to see if there's a red folder and during what time this news is happening, because that's when you'll see a huge move happen in the market. That's where a lot of people either they blow their accounts and lose a lot of money, or they make a lot of money.
True.
Depending on what side of the fence you're on. So just so you know, Forex Factory, that's like something you want to check on a daily basis.
True. Right, great stuff, Gia. That's absolutely the great truth. So here you can also see later on I have crude oil inventories, and it'll be at 16:30. 16:30 is in line with that 9:30 mark. Oh wait, something I didn't write here. The New York session, guys, opens at 9:30. It's in line with the stock exchange open. It's a fixed time. Do not believe whatever you see on the news. Do not use the session timings that you're going to find on Forex Factory. All right, this is an economic calendar. As Gia has said, you're only using it to landscape your trading day. Right? So what am I looking for in particular? I'm looking for news that will line up with session opens. Actually, session end or session open. That's the only stuff I'm looking for. You know why I'm looking for the stuff? Simple. It's because market makers are going to use the news to conceal their true objectives. Right? Making these particular times of day of interest to me. So I also look at the impacts of the news release, as Gia has just mentioned. So for instance, if it were inflation, right? We know that inflation is a red release, which means it's a high impact news release. We know that FOMC, let's say Fed Chair Powell speaks, right? Out of the Federal Open Markets Committee, the Fed Chair is speaking. You'll find that it's a red release. I think we had something like that last night. Let me check. Let's just start on the 16th. Apply settings. All right, we had, I'm just going to go ahead there. We had the Fed Chair speak. It was in the evening, I think lunch hour in New York. All right, and we had the Fed Chair speak. So when you have these politically exposed people speaking, maybe in Britain you're going to find the not in Britain per se, but in England, you're gonna find that the English bank is speaking, or maybe a member of their Congress is speaking. Right? When this happens, it affects the markets because investors are looking at or are listening out for clues, investment clues from people like the Fed chair. In this case, this news release fell at an arbitrary time of day. Alright? What do I mean an arbitrary time? It's not in line with any session changeover. It's not in line with any session end, session beginning. Those are very specific times that I gave to you. They're in the recordings. You're going to be able to come back and revisit this on the YouTube. And I think Gia is going to also send the video in the Discord. Alright? So ladies and gents, we are not using the economic calendar to determine when we're going to find big moves alone. No, we are using the timing elements in conjunction with the economic calendar for us to conclude whether we are going to be involved in the marketplace or we're going to sit aside. For instance, if you walk up to the Forex Factory website and you spot that at a session changeover, there is a red release news, maybe something like Fed rates, or just before a session changeover, you have something like, what's that news release? Non-farm payroll, NFP. Usually comes like an hour before the New York session. All right. When you have something like that, if you have unemployment claims, let me get rid of. There it is. Look at unemployments for any currency. Unemployment is a high impact news factor. There it is. Okay, this time around came out 2 hours before the session open, New York session open, unemployment claims, 2:30 South African time. The session starts 2 hours later at 4:30. So this last 2 hours is essentially the end of the London session, or we are moving towards the end of the London session. Right? So think of the mentality. If the market makers haven't achieved their objectives, they are going to use this 2-hour period to accumulate contracts, and at session changeover from 2 to 2:30, they're going to conceal their real objectives using the upcoming news release. That's all that I'll be saying with regards to the economic calendar, right? So you can see that there are currencies that are being affected by the particular news release at that very specific time. Okay, existing home sales. Look at what time it falls on. All right. So what are you looking to do with that information? This is simply data, guys. You need to turn it into information. We live in the information age. So you need to be constantly deriving information from data. This is simply data. All right. So I like the way Gia said it. You know and you anticipate that at that time of day where there is scheduled news, especially high impact news, your job is simply to anticipate a big move. So how do you anticipate those big moves? You use context. For the many of you, you were not in here in the group chat. But this is what I was, not in the group chat, but in the initial classes, right? And I gave the people who were in the initial classes the market condition. I'm going to go over it again with session timings but I'm only going to use one of these patterns, right, to go into detail with what I really mean. So market makers are using this context, always using this context to move price. Let me go into details. Hold up. Let me just cursor first. Go back to Zoom. My nephew. Actually, let me not do that. Let me get in here. There goes off my real alarm. This is I'm only supposed to be waking up now, according to what I believed. Okay, what do I want to do in here? Let me just go back a couple of days. I want to show you guys something. Actually, let me switch off chart auto scroll. I have the Trading View app here, but then it kept on, I don't know what to call it. Kept on loading. I was looking for E-mini Nasdaq since last night, and I loaded the chart and it kept on going on and on. So I'll continue using the MetaTrader 5 up until I figure out what's happening with the Trading View app. Right, so time of day, end of Asia. Look at what happens at the end of the Asian session. Price convinces everyone that it's a trend continuation. Okay, clear all drawings. Convinces everyone that it's trend continuation with that big bar, and it moves into almost a 2-hour consolidation. How do I know it's 2 hours? If it's 8 candles, that's 2 hours. Let's check. There it is, 2 hours. And look at what is happening.
Can you make it bigger?
Can I make it bigger? No problem. I like making things bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me go.
Yeah,
Scroll
perfect.
leftwards. All right. Can everyone see that? I tend to zoom out of charts. All right. So this is the 10 a.m. candle. Right. This is the 12 midday candle, South African time. If I were using New York times, this is what you're looking at. All right. So
These are 15-minute candles, right?
yes, these are 15-minute candles. So I just showed you the 3 a.m. candle, which is the end of Asia candle, and I showed you what's occurring 2 hours later at 5 a.m., which is 2 hours into London. It's actually an hour and a half into London. An hour 0.5 into London. Right? That's what's happening here. So if you're going to zoom into a smaller time frame, you're going to see that we have a pattern in there, and it's what I just drew out for you guys before coming onto this screen. So we recognize that at the end of the trading day, at the end of the trading week, in fact, in this case, we witnessed price moving into a consolidation. When the new week rolls around the block, we find people who are still anticipating for price to push in the direction that it was moving when it was time to close on Friday. They still think that market makers are looking for up moves. All right, let me show you what happens in here. So on this day in particular, market makers gave us the initial high of the day, buy side liquidity. Okay, guys, I want to remove lipstick. Market condition, price came out of a consolidation. Then they gave us a stop on high. Stop on high was achieved in 3 pulses. All right, and on the third pulse, let me show you guys. I'm just trying to go into details and also include the timings. So this entire thing is Asia. So you can define this as 5 o'clock New York, and this is 5 o'clock New York. It's midnight to midnight here in South Africa. All right. So consolidation, stop on high. How many candles? Count with me. And then we are offered the initial high of the day price points, which by ICT is buy side liquidity in this sense. So this was in essence a triple top high. The first hit, second hit comes in end of Asian session. The third hit comes in an hour and a half into the London session. Why did this happen? And look at how price just stays there for 30 minutes and then they're out of there. Where are your entries on this? Your entry, dare I say it, is good in here. The first railroad track, you can take it down here when it closes. Your entry is good in here when that railroad track candle closes. Your entry is also good in here. I know it's really frustrating for people who entered in here and in here. Why is it really frustrating? The timing is off. You came there early and price moves back into a consolidation. This makes you click out of these positions. Oh no, you're not wrong with the context. You're early. Right? So this is why the timing elements is the most important part of the trading system. First, it's the pattern, consolidation, stop on high, and then it's the timing elements. And look at how the second leg that traps the high is in line with the end of a session. Everyone is thinking long. Let me show you what everyone is thinking here. They're thinking it's a breakout plus retest, then long. Breakout of which level? Now you see it. Now you don't. So market makers literally go back to a price point to punish these traders who think this way and who follow the timings that I showed you on Google. All right, everyone who's going to be taking it long in here, long in here, long in here, long in here. All these guys are trapped because where do they place their stop loss? Beneath the candles. All right, so let me show you the mentality. Your trades are good on this red candle close. Let me remove the lipstick so you don't tell YouTube that I robbed you of good intel. This is good intel, by the way. It's really great intel. Your entry is good in here. The close of the red.
I would have seen that double, like that double top.
Double top,
and
which
I would have
one?
got it.
This one. Or these.
No. Yeah.
All right.
And I would have got it. Second one right there. That's like a pattern that I look for.
True.
That double top from there usually comes down.
So price was pre-sitting buy side liquidity, and then we got a buy side liquidity sweep an hour and 30 minutes into the London session. Essentially, what this is a miniature pattern, a miniature scale pattern of what I was showing you guys here. Consolidation, stop on high. That's what's happening in here. Let me show it to you guys. If I were to use, hold up, before you say I'm crapping you. If I were to use the line chart and show you what I mean, price moves into a consolidation, it issues a false move and retraces away from the number, and it doesn't look back. Look at how it trades above this number, leftwards, the previous high. What does this do to everyone trading retail technical textbooks. Oh my God, it's a break of structure. Crap. It's just a consolidation, and that's the false move coming out of the consolidation. All right? And that's what you always...
And can you kind of like, I would say, can you kind of like clarify that for people? Because I know a lot of people are new here, but I know you have like a strategy that repeats itself. So where it's like...
It really doesn't.
Consolidation. Huh?
Okay, let me write it down. The market condition is really simple, people. Consolidation. What do you see on the chart when it's consolidating? It's chopping sideways. All right. And then you're going to see a stop hands. What are you looking for when you're seeing a stop hands? Ideally, it's 3 pushes. Sorry, let me just grab a pen. 1, consolidates. 2, consolidates. 3. Let me bring back the candles so that doesn't confuse anyone. So you get 3 ideal pushes. So price pushes 3 times. All right, and then I know I forgot my S fell off, but then let me go ahead and give you the last part of the market condition, the trend, which is the real move. And when you're watching the charts on the minute 15, the trend usually lasts 6 to 8 hours.
And then people should also keep in mind, like, the market always moves in a structure. So when he says 3 pushes, it'll push up and then come back down and correct. Usually at like a level where it's been before. True. And then it will push up again and come back down and correct. So that's what you're looking for, those 3 pushes where it's going up, it comes back and corrects. It goes up, comes back and corrects. Third push is and that's considered your stop point, right? That's considered a fake move.
True.
Right?
Very much true. They hit the stops. Okay. It's a false move. It's this thing here. It's against the market maker's true objective, which is the trend, of course. That 6 to 8 hour trend, which begins with the trap move. Then they go into a trend, 6 to 8 hours. If you're lucky, it will go straight down, like what happened last week with CPI, actually 2 weeks ago with the US dollar CPI. So this is the stuff you're looking for, guys. This is the context. When I'm speaking about context, this is the stuff we're looking at for on the candles. And then the timing is just what makes everything fall right into place. So if you're in the group chat, Winner's Circle, you know that I insinuate that we sell on green candles. Right? So this would have been your bread and butter go-to when price was taken out that high. All right? Look at how this price point doesn't exist when I put on the... You guys are going to love this. When I put on the line chart. See? The pins don't exist. That's why I like taking the real bodies of the candles when annotating liquidity. And I've said this before, but then for the people, as she said, there are new people in here, in this group chat. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you're approaching the market using this strategy, using this technique, it's very simple. It's very simple. You're just looking at your watch and you're approaching the charts with a clear mindset. All right. So it was 15:45 on this red bar over here. Look at how the London session closes. So price pushed down the entire London session. All right. 15:45, 1600 South African time. This is end of London. And look at what happens at the end of the London. We get a false move to the upside, and it happens for 45 minutes. In fact, an hour. All right. So look at what happens at 16:30. Session change over. Session open New York time. which is essentially 9:30 New York when you're using the New York Times. I'm not speaking about the newspaper. All right. So look at that. Look at how that pullback is in line with the session change over. That retracement, pullback, retracements, whatever fancy word you want to use. All right. Your entry shorts would have been good in here. I wouldn't have doubted anything for an entry short. This is not for beginners. Beginners, your entries are in here. Right? Second leg of the M. You exit around about here. All right? If you're trading long, excuse me, my backup alarm, it's off. And it is essentially marking the end of this class. But this is where you enter, guys. Second leg. All right? Of an M or a W. Then price is going to move. So essentially, what this means is that this is a no trade zone. The trend, you don't trade within the trend. You don't place trades within the trend. You don't click buttons when the market is trending. This is for the pros. It's for guys like me who know that we're only going to be scalping this for a couple of candles, right? As I know, if I entered in here, I was only going to be able to see profit like an hour and 30 minutes later on. All right? So don't do this.
So essentially you're saying that you missed the move early on, so don't get in now.
Exactly.
Unless you really know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're gonna get in and get out, scalp real quick.
Yeah, this is for scalping. So this is bullshit for anyone who's just started out trading. Don't do that. You're gonna lose your account doing this stuff. Trust me.
Yeah, you want the beginning of the trend.
Yeah, I felt
not the middle.
Pardon me. Now you can go on, Gia.
No, that's all I was saying.
All right, no problem. Excuse me about that. So, this is the mentality, guys. They'll end the days and begin the new days outside of consolidations. They're just simply going to use consolidations. Consolidation is the entire business, and this is why the markets consolidate. It's because of those session times and average daily range and objectives of the next day. That's why we have the economic calendar. Right? So what you're looking for is context in line with the timing elements. So you're looking for this context in line with the session. Open, session end, gap time, session open. What you will realize at these times is that the spreads will open up. Especially with this broker in particular. Yes, Vault Markets. This is a shitty South African broker. It's by the bank ABSA. I think they're using some form of shell company named First Fintech to run this broker. It is a shitty broker. If you enter shorts on, let's say, this green candle, when the bid and the ask are like this, let me show you the stuff. See this large green candle here? When the bid is up here, the ask is like somewhere up there. If you were to enter shorts while it was like full blown out green candle, this is where they'll issue your position. Yes. For some of you, your brains weren't braining, but then if you enter shorts, the bid side of the spread, that's the ask side, that's the bid side. Bid paints the order, the sell order at markets. If you enter at markets, I enter at market, by the way. So this entire thing is called slippage. So you recognize that at session changeovers, not only will you see big spreads, you will also see slippage on positions that you place in the markets. That's the reason why you need to find yourself a good, clean broker. And I know that things are falling to shit in the US right now. Excuse my French. There are no good, clean brokers, especially with the regulations that just hit the industry. These brokers are just all getting closed out, and that is proof that they were dirty to begin with. All right. So at session changeovers, those are the things to anticipate. You're gonna see spreads opening up. You're gonna see, basically, if you have a floating spread broker, read your risk disclosures, people. If you have a floating spread broker or a varying spread broker, which means they won't charge commissions on your positions, they'll have the bid and the ask spreading. They'll open up and they close down again. They'll open up again. They'll close down again. That's the stuff. Most days, especially with this broker here in South Africa, you will find that at this time of day, you have the bid here, you have the ask floating up here. That's why you do not leave trades overnight. For instance, let's say you sold up here, good for you. You sold in here, I just showed you in here. And you hold your trade as a swing trade. You want to exit tomorrow morning, right? South African time. It's the morning around here. And you want to hold it. Number one, you're going to pay swap. Number two, if you trailed your stop loss, now look at this. If you trade your stop loss within the vicinity of this structure in here, let's say you trailed it in there, you are going to get asked out of your trade. The ask line was going to simply come tap your trade out. It's going to take you out. And this entire gap would have been recorded as a loss on that trade. So essentially, you are only going to get half of what you were holding for. Right. Sneaky, right? Yes, it's very sneaky. Market makers use those tools against you. I think we had a class about dealers' tools. It's still available on the YouTube, guys. Still available on the YouTube. You can still find it on the YouTube, where I was showing you the buttons these guys press at these times of day. Stop out unlimited, that's the bar. They literally type in the closes and the opens of those candles at those particular times of day, at those very specific times of day. The market maker will be sitting at his screen typing in numbers. What, you don't think how much orders they have long in there and how much orders they have short in there? God damn it, man. If you think that, you are still fooled by the textbooks that have been put out there. And this is the time for you to change. In fact, repent. Yes, repent from using those silly, can I call it, theories or conspiracies about the marketplace. The market will always use the market condition. The only thing that will change is the time when the move will come. What do I mean, the time when the move will come? All right? Session changeover, they hold price, then they bring the move. All right? So sometimes they're going to go into consolidation early. When the US session opens, they're going to start their consolidation. So by the time it's 5 o'clock New York, they're starting their stop hunts. And then at 8, when the Asian session begins, you've got that. They'll repeat the low number up until it's London. Let me get my crosshair. Let me check this. I don't want to speak rubbish. Okay, it's 3 hours before London. Let me just remove all annotations. It's 3 hours before London. But what I'd like for you to see here is how the market condition has been respected. Consolidation, stop and low. They repeat the number. they go back to the number and they take out the number, they sweep the number. This is called a sell-side liquidity sweep. Right? This was once a full-blown red candle that traded down to here. So you can count 1, 2, 3 moves to the low. They take out the low, they move away from the number and extend the consolidation. What this does is it accumulates traders who think price is going to be aggregated short out of this. They think this in their head. Sorry about your luck, man. That's not what's happening. All right? The market condition is being respected from the previous day. Consolidation, stop hunt low, triple low, trend. All right? Even the trend has those 3 individual pulses, pushes. It's all up to you what you want to call it. All right? It's absolute. They're only just going to shift the pattern a little bit. Sometimes you're going to walk up to the charts and you're going to see that, damn, I missed it. It's okay. It's absolutely okay. Show up tomorrow at the very same time. You're going to find a move. Right? Sometimes you're going to miss it on the euro. You can simply just go ahead and go on to the pound. Pound dollar. All right, everyone, this is where I am ending for tonight. The homework is very simple, really. Just go take a vertical line and mark those candles that fall on the times that I spoke about. All right, so you're going to mark the candle that shows up at 3 a.m. New York. Okay, in this case, it's that big green bar. You're going to mark the 3:30 candle. And I need you to observe what's happening in that 30-minute period. All right? Same thing. 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. New York. It's around about here somewhere. Let me check. Yeah, it's around about here. Jeez, man.
I think a lot of people are new to these charts, so they probably don't even have them. We'll put together something more formal where like there's a more formal curriculum, videos, and then just a consistent schedule. So that way everybody knows what days of the weeks to look forward to. Yeah. But I would definitely say look at the Candlestick Bible. That's in the Discord and really read that multiple times and study it. It's a really good tool.
Great stuff. Great stuff. So as you can see, this session was to just finish off the traders who thought this. So that's the level, price breaks, retests, moves. Everyone who thought that. All right? And look at when the move comes in. And look at what happens between the candles during this period. This is just simply proof, guys, that someone is sitting at the screen. If you see candles gap like that during this time period, it is proof that someone is sitting at their screen and they're clicking in numbers, they're typing in numbers to fulfill their objectives. If the candles aren't moving quickly enough away from a number, they'll gap them away from a number. A gap is essentially me typing in a price point to a specification away from the previous price points. And I add in 10 pips, 20 pips, the number of pips of my liking to that change number. However, market condition was still maintained in here, you can call this your consolidation. When you reevaluate your 3 pulses to the high, 1, 2, 3, right? Then you can call this your New York setup, because it's lining you up for the New York setup that is yet to come. If you missed that fair value gap in there, Jesus, man. Let me just draw it properly. There's the fair value gap. Don't try or bother chasing this. This is what I call a no setup. Why? That's because it's already within the no trade zone. It's already within the vicinity of the no trade zone. All right? So in this case, on this particular day, which was yesterday, price trapped people long, and it also trapped people short. They move away from either end or either range, and they just consolidate in between. All right, that's where I'm going to be ending, everyone. If you have any questions, please feel free to address them now or in the Discord. I will be starting to be more active in the Discord. Be advised, people. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep this chat after the lesson, because I really need to extract these emails and put you guys onto the time ribbon. What the time ribbon is at this time of day, it's going to tell you, okay, now it's the end of Asia. And then it's going to tell you it's gap time. And then it's going to tell you that it's London session open. That's all it does. It sends a notification to your phone, and your phone is going to have maybe a pop-up notification or an audible sound that simply reminds you. The tool is more a psychological factor than it is an actual tool. It's just a reminder, because you already know that you're looking for a session at that particular time. But for some people who really get easily distracted, I'm one of those people. I really needed something that was going to be like, hey, get back to it, zone in, focus, work time, right? It's work time now, buddy. So that's why I pushed it a step further with the work time ribbon, right? It's a concept that was derived from the market makers method. I just made it better by letting it send signals to our phones, right? So ladies and gents, from me to you, seems like there are no questions. All right, awesome.
All right, well, everybody posted on like a schedule where we'll have regular classes. And until then, see y'all next time. I'm extremely sleepy. It is 4 a.m. here, 4:17 a.m. So I'm gonna get some Z's.
Dude, I don't know what kind of fuel you're running on, but burning the candle on both ends will catch up to you someday. But I'm not wishing that it does. Okay, stay in great health, man. Get some sleep, dude.
I'm on American and African time, juggling the both of them. But yeah, that's all good. But thank you, everybody. Good night. I'll keep y'all posted, and see y'all next time.
Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.